Smith, and I've got another one. Actually, we've got another one because we're all discovering this stuff together. Um, Back when Lex Will did that video about the Neanderthals and the wild people and the natives in what was it over there in Washington State, you know, the people that call themselves natives because they don't bring up the black natives, the ones from that book Songs of the Earth, where the chief out there, he says right before that whole movement, Black is Beautiful, comes out, but the chief out there, he says, I am black. Um, my people are black. If you cut us, we bleed red just like everyone else. You do not understand me. We don't understand you, but we're all the same people underneath. Um, they don't tell us about those people. They tell us about these other folks. But I would like to hear what they have to say when it comes to the Neanderthal or the wild man that lives in the woods out there in Washington State. You know. But getting back to the topic, Lex Will was bringing that up, and it connected it to the Neanderthals in Russia and what they were doing to them, and the rapturing of them. Um, and I don't remember how I came about this information. I think I might have read it, or I've watched a video in the past, and I heard it brought up. Um, but somewhere along those guidelines, I heard about the Jewish Midrash. I believe it's in the Midrash. How in that book they explain that it might be the Midrash or it's the Kabbalah. I can't remember which one. I want to say the Midrash, but one of those books explained that the Neanderthal or the Bigfoot is in fact a fallen angel, right? Well, when Lex Will did his video and that was uploaded yesterday or the Sunday, whichever one it was, I just finished watching it, and he's going back over the people in Russia and the rapturing of them and now the breeding, how they've bred into the people that call themselves Europeans, and how they're growing to be tall like the men of old, men of renown, stuff like that, all that good stuff. Um, Something came back to me. I was it clicked, that I'd heard about this before, and I couldn't remember, so I started searching around. I even texted Lex and I said, hey, I'm trying to find a piece that talks about the Jewish people, and I think it's the Midrash that explains that Bigfoot, Neanderthals, whatever, they are a form of a fallen angel, and I believe I found it. Um, um, the Book of Jasher, and I don't know how I missed this because Arthur, he's been explaining, in the past, the Book of Jasher and its importance, and how he's, feels about it, and just trying to give me hints, look into this book, um, the Book of Jasher, chapter 9 and verse 35. It talks about those that tried to um, ascend into heaven by building the Tower of Babel, how they were struck, or smote, I believe is the word they actually used, by the Creator. Uh, there were those that were turned into elephants and those that were turned into apes. Um, Now, I can't tell right now if that specifically means, that they are ape men, but it doesn't say that. I have nowhere. I mean, we have wild men and we have hairy men. I believe it was Job, chapter 30 and 31, speaks about the wild, hairy man of the forest and stuff like that. But Jasher, chapter 9, verse 35, is the nail in the coffin, because when that's brought up, the article in which I found this also explains that what Lex has been teaching us, that the Canaanites are the Hindu people, or the people of the East Indians, that and this would explain why they worship the elephant godhead on the body of a man and stuff like that. But I'm not sure if it means, like I said, if the Creator actually turned these fallen angels that were leading the charge into an elephant, into apes, or if they had the appearance of them. Kind of like was it the Tasmanian tiger? Where it has the body of a dog, has the lower end body of a tiger, has the stomach and the pouch of a kangaroo. You know, if he made something like that out of them, so I mean, it would explain through if this is correct why the Hindus do worship, that goddess that has the head of an elephant, but it has the was it four arms and four hands. So, it might be more than just somebody's imagination. But I'm gonna leave this in the description box. Check it out if you feel like it. Just let me know what you think. I might be off, I might be wrong. This article that I'm gonna post might be on, might be wrong, but I still think it's really interesting. There's something else I want to ask. Could somebody uh, comment or write below? I need their help with something. I need somebody that can read really well, because I would like to ask somebody to go through um, the book, The View of the Hebrews, and make videos out of it. The certain chapters that they read. I'm hoping someone that can read it fluent, because I know what I'm reading, and I know I'm getting um, these revelations and the gifs of things. My only problem is I can't read it out loud, smoothly, fluently, that won't interrupt anyone. And that's what I'm trying to avoid. I want somebody that could read it smooth and fluent, that won't interrupt. Like Styles by Nina. She could read this thing. Because we need someone who's got that perfect, smooth voice that can, break through this thing and get the message across. Because I think I'm about halfway through the fourth chapter. It's a long book, it really is, but it's got crucial information, even with it being doctored with, and by the Mormons. This book still has information in it that if we get the names, dates, and court appearances, I believe that we could start nailing them down and finding out who the real, Senecas and other Indians were, especially the Mohawks, because these are the Levites they say in this book. So then these Levites apparently, like I said, they in this book they reach from upper Canada down to the Virgin Islands, and all nations of Indian tribes had some type of Levi, had some type of Mohawk within their presence, and all other nations revered the Mohawks. So I don't know if they're the shamans or if they actually are the Levites. But if somebody could just hit me up, I would appreciate it. Thank you. Anyways, it's MW Smith, and I'm out.